Okay, this is Sean Partridge coming at you live from Infinity Trader. We're looking at Apple Computer on a 2-minute time frame, and I'm looking to take a scalp short position in Apple. I have already traded this a couple of times on the way down. I didn't take any videos of this, but I do like it again for another push lower. We can see that this trend here is beginning to get extended. If we look at how many waves there have been, there's been one push here, little consolidation, two pushes here, consolidation, and three pushes. You can see there's basically three waves of this move. The wave concept is something that we cover in the free seminar on our website, which you can take a look at, and I do show some examples of. So the trend is getting extended, which does increase the odds that we're going to see an up move in Apple. But this trend is very bearish. The markets are finally broken down out of the day's range. They've broken to a new low in the day. They're in a downtrend. Prices are retracing a little bit. So I'm looking to see some selling coming in on the futures and for the futures to move to a new low of the day. And that's going to put downward pressure on Apple because it is in a downtrend. So I do like Apple to go to a new low of the day. It's only going to be a scalp trade, but I'm looking for maybe about 30 cents or somewhere in that general area. And what I'm looking for here is some type of a potent reversal. Right now we see prices are breaking out. If I could get this bar ending up a nice topping tail, or if this bar is to close a bullish bar, then the next bar completely reverses the gains. So we get a big green bar followed by a big red bar. That'll be the criteria I'm looking for taking a short position, looking for a scalp trade to a new low of the day. So right now, I'm willing to enter a short position under the low of the current bar. If prices were to get slammed all the way down and make a new low on the current bar, I would short it there. Because what's happening, where we see the 2-minute time frame has been consolidating here with these highs at this resistance level, then prices just broke out. They broke out because of buyers. Buyers came in buying once prices broke above the resistance. Those buyers have expectations for prices to advance higher. If prices do not advance higher and they come back down and make a new low, then those buyers who just entered are going to exit their position. So that's going to be the trigger that gets Apple moving down. And since it's in a downtrend, there's going to be increased momentum. Here it is here, so I'm going to short it right here. Let's stop above the high of this bar. And now I'm going to look for prices to come down into to a new low of the day, or into the area of the low of the day. So about a 30-cent gain is what I'm looking for. And we'll see what we get. So the traders that just got this moving to the downside were the traders that just bought that breakout with that range expansion topping tail. And now that prices have begun moving lower, because this is a downtrend, it's going to attract other day traders who are now going to start selling it, and we should see it move down. Also, we're getting some selling in the futures, which is supporting Apple continuing to move lower. And how low Apple goes is going to depend on how much selling there is in the futures. If the futures can really get down and take out the low of the day with some strength or with some momentum, then we could see Apple, maybe move down into 86.50 or so. So that actually is my target, about 35 cents. But maybe a little bit below there. It's all going to be dependent on the futures. You can see Apple, the trend in Apple has followed the NASDAQ futures very closely. And so if the futures can increase in momentum to the downside, it's going to put downward pressure on Apple. Now I'm always comparing relative strength and weakness in the instrument that I'm trading and compare it in relation to the markets. And you can see how the markets had also that little topping tail, but look at where current prices are. They've been able to retrace back up a bit, about 50% of that topping tail bar, whereas Apple is still down lower. So Apple is relative weakness in comparison to the markets, and that's exactly what I want to see when I'm in a short position. Is the instrument that I'm trading weaker than the markets? Because as soon as the selling pressure does increase in the markets, it's going to add fuel to the downward momentum in Apple. And right now you can see some buyers on the futures, and we're also getting some buyers on Apple. I'll let those buyers come in as long as they can't overcome the high of this topping tail. Then I'll let prices turn here a little bit. These buyers, if they're wrong, if prices do not advance higher, as soon as they realize they're wrong, they're going to exit their position, which is going to be the fuel that this instrument needs to drive it lower. So right now the price level that I'm focused on is I want to see this current 2-minute bar make a new low on the bar. Just get down. We've seen this bar be there. There it is. So that bar had been green throughout its entire session. Now it's red. What that shows us is every trader who was buying long in that bar, and we know there were traders going long because it was a green bar, they're all losing, holding a losing position right now. So that's going to lead to those traders exiting, which is going to increase the supply and drive Apple lower. And so you can see, look again at the relative weakness in Apple in comparison to the NASDAQ market. So this is perfect, where Apple started declining before the NASDAQ market. I really like when that happens. And here Apple should get down and take out the low of the day. Let's see some momentum increase and get it down into 86.50 or so. Here we go. All right, so here's 55, here's 50. So here is my target 1. I'm not going to exit just yet. Hold this for another second. And this one I want to, it's just a scalp trade, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it off the table here. So I got 27 cents. I intended on 30 cents for a scalp trade. So that was good. The reason why I'm not trailing prior bars or trailing pivots on this is, as I mentioned, that this is the fourth wave now of this trend down. If we look, there's wave 1, then a second wave, then a consolidation, third wave, and so this is the fourth wave. And if the markets are really going to get very bearish, then we can see this continue to decline. I mean, it very well can do that. But once there has been 3 waves of a trend, that trend is getting extended, and it's likely that prices are going to start to get choppy and whippy. And so if I'm going to be taking positions on a trend that already has 3 waves, then I'm just going to be taking my profit into the momentum. I'm not going to try and give the market too much wiggle room because I don't want to give back that profit that I had. So this is Sean Partridge from Infinity Trader. We're taking a look at Apple Computer. Again, this is a 2-minute time frame. And if you'd like to learn more about the method that we're following, we do have a free video on our homepage at www.infinitytrader.com. The video is about 1 to 1.5 hours long. It does cover many of the concepts that I'm doing here. What it is, the first 2 chapters of our iTrade for Wealth seminar. We give that to you free. You don't have to register or anything. So go ahead and check that out. Have fun. And I'll see you next time. Thanks very much for joining me. This is Sean Partridge from Infinity Trader. We're looking at Apple Computer on a 2-minute time frame, and today is Tuesday, January 13th.